So first of all, I want to thank you, all of you, for coming today for this historic event as we introduce our newest member to the Jersey City Municipal Court, our 9th judge, Judge Ramy Aid. I want to first off thank Mayor Stephen Fulop, as well as the members, all the members of the Jersey City Municipal Council, for recognizing the needs and providing us with an additional judge so that we may be able to swiftly dispense justice and really serve the needs of our community as well as for the citizens of Jersey City. Just to kind of give you a little bit of background at the Jersey City Municipal Court, for those of you who don't know, we are actually the second largest and busiest court in the whole state of New Jersey, only second to our sister city of Newark. To give you a little bit of perspective of what we do at the courthouse, if you took a, say, smaller suburban town from Bergen County or from Morris, on average, those smaller courts dispense about, on average, between 40 and 60,000 cases on any given year. Last year in 2013, and I want to get this number right, in Jersey City, we dispensed 439,571 cases. So when you take that number and you divide it by the 8 judges that we have at this time, you can imagine how happy and thrilled we are to add another Judge Ramy Aid to the Jersey City Municipal Court. Now, I have to say, to be honest with you, before Judge Aid was up for appointment, unfortunately, I actually didn't know who he was. When I heard about it and I heard he was going to be a judge, I obviously asked around and I started asking colleagues, and of course I did what any other person would do. I Googled him, and I started speaking to other attorneys that I actually knew. We actually had colleagues in common. And I started speaking to other people, and I started saying, like, who is this Ramy guy? And I will tell you, consistently across the board, from at least 4 different attorneys that I knew, the theme was common. It was, Ramy is a great guy, very personable, always has a smile on his face, great an attorney, and he's going to be a really good judge in Jersey City. So I said, fantastic. About 3 months ago, when I finally had the opportunity to meet Ramy and get to know him, we've been actually talking a lot in the past 3 months in preparation for him becoming a judge. I have to say that everything that they said about him is true. He's an absolute wonderful guy, super nice, very intelligent. He knows the questions to ask, and I think he's going to be a fine judge in the Jersey City Municipal Court. But before I pass on the podium to Judge Carpenter, I do want to give some advice to Ramy Aid. 3 little tips which I think are important and are really the recipe for becoming a good judge in the Jersey City Municipal Court. First, tip number 1 as a judge, be courteous. I know it's cliche, and I know kind of everyone kind of goes by this saying, but I'll just say it, treat others how you expect to be treated yourself. There's nothing more important than your reputation, and the way that you portray yourself as a judge and on the bench not only is a reflection of you as a person, but it's also a reflection of the judiciary as well as the city of Jersey City. So make us proud when you're up there, and treat everyone with kindness and respect when they come before you as a litigant in the court. Tip number 2, be fair. Your whole entire life, you've been guided by this moral compass, by that little voice in your head that's always telling you what to do. As a judge, you are human, and I would advise you not to ignore that, because That moral compass and that little voice has got you where you are today, and so far it's steered you right. So don't ignore it, always listen to it, and always, think about the decisions before you render them, because they have tremendous impacts on the people that come before you. And lastly, be independent. There is nothing more sacred as a judge than having the ability to independently think and decide cases that come before you without any external forces or pressures that come across your way. I'm going to tell you, and I promise this to you, that as a judge, you will be forced to make decisions, and you'll be confronted with issues that may not be popular amongst public opinion. But in doing so, and now that you are a judge, I'm going to ask you to be faithful to the Constitution and faithful to the laws of New Jersey and the city of Jersey City. And I think that if you do that, you will be on your way to being a successful and terrific judge, a judge that all of us can be proud at the Jersey City Municipal Court. So Judge Aid, I want to congratulate you for reaching this fantastic milestone in your career. Everyone here is incredibly happy and proud that you've made it this far, and we wish you the best of luck, Godspeed, and good luck. At this particular time, I would like to welcome John Lynch, who is going to give our welcome address to everyone and to Judge Ramy Aid.
Good afternoon, Mayor Fulop, council members, elected officials, directors, family members, friends, and residents. It is with great honor that has been bestowed upon me to welcome everyone to this exciting and historic day for the swearing of Ramy A. Ied, Jersey City's first Egyptian-American municipal court judge. I was curious of the qualities that make up a good judge: character, temperament, intelligent, impartial, ethical, integrity, patience, and the ability to communicate. Without a shadow of a doubt, these qualities describe Ramy Ied. Ramy also has some great personal traits: polite, caring, dependable, humble, thoughtful, responsible, well-mannered, and friendly. Over the years, I've had the pleasure of spending much time with Ramy, whether it be community or charitable events, working on campaigns, just in general on helping people. Ramy is always willing to lend a helping hand to those in need or to anyone that may need a helping hand. I could not be prouder to have this wonderful human being as my friend. While I know how honored Ramy is about being appointed to this prestigious position of becoming a judge today, Jersey City should also be honored. Regarding this appointment, we continue to add to the history of our great city of Jersey City. Thank you. Congratulations, Your Honor.
Presiding Judge of Hudson County, Judge Frank Carpenter.
Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you. I am the presiding municipal court judge in Hudson County, and my job is to train and mentor all the municipal court judges in Hudson County. I've started with Judge Aid yesterday. We spent the entire afternoon together. One of the things my wife says about me, and she says it kind of as a criticism, is you make value judgments about people in a minute. You should really learn about them. You should really reach out and hear what they have to say before you start to make these judgments. But she has begrudgingly on occasion said, you know, you had that guy pegged exactly right. The first minute you met him, you knew he was a phony. The first day I met Judge Aid yesterday, I sat down with him for probably about 4 hours, and I walked out of that room saying to myself, Supreme Court. If I were, I'm serious. I just have such an unbelievably good feeling. If somebody were to give me like a pile of raw material and said, make the perfect judge, I think I'd make Ramy. Where is the Aid family? Mom and Dad? I want to congratulate you. You done good. In the state of New Jersey, the municipal courts hear about 6 million cases a year. In Hudson County, we do about 1.2 million. We do 20% of the heavy lifting. And we couldn't do it without the help of people like Mayor Fulop. Too many times I sit down with mayors and councilmen and tell them that we need something in a courtroom. We need better security. We need more people in the back office. And they look at me and shrug their shoulders and say, you know, we've got these budgetary constraints, we can't do it. And they don't really get it, a lot of these politicians. But there's one guy in his room who gets it, and that's the mayor. I said this to him before when he appointed Judge Abad, the chief judge, and Judge Curtis. We had a ceremony in the municipal court. And I got to know Judge Curtis and Judge Abad like I did with Judge Aid. And I knew that those two guys were going to work out fine. And I said this to the mayor at that time, and I'm going to repeat it now. You didn't just hit a home run. You hit a walk-off grand slam, and you did it again. Thank you. There was one other problem, a nagging security problem that we had for years in Jersey City. And I'm down in Trenton a couple of times a month, and whenever I'm down there, these people get on my back about security in Jersey City, and we could not solve the problem until two people got together, and that's Judge Abad and Mayor Fulop, and they finally solved the problem. Another piece of good news is that I was told last week, I was down in Trenton, and I was told we cut our backlog in the last year by 38%. The next closest county was at 23%, and everybody else was way beyond them. So when I go to these meetings with other presiding judges, they say, geez, how'd you do it? How'd you do it? And I say one thing. I've got good judges who work hard, and there isn't one judge I can point to, certainly not in Jersey City, and clearly not in Hudson County, who doesn't lift his or her own weight. And Ramy Aid is going to help us. It's going to help us a lot. And again, congratulations.
At this point in time, I would like to introduce Judge Maula, who is a Superior Court judge from Somerset County, who came here graciously to say a couple words about Judge Aid. Judge, right?
Thank you, Judge Abad, and thank you, Judge Carpenter, for your remarks. I am delighted, needless to say, to be here to celebrate the swearing-in of Judge Ramy Aid. Judge Aid has the makings of a great judge, as you've already heard, and what I believe will be a long and productive career in the judiciary. I believe this because of Judge Aid's long history of public service to the citizens of this state. His service began at the Attorney General's office and then continued at other state institutions, including government service in Newark and his service to the fine people of this city. Judge Aid will make a fine jurist because of his temperament. A good temperament is necessary in order to thrive on the bench in what is undoubtedly a very busy municipal court. Fortunately, Judge Aid possesses these characteristics in abundance. His warmth and his kind sensibility, that is the product of his parents' heritage and who he is, which we are all familiar with in Ramy, will serve him well in his time on the bench. And so, Judge Aid, do not forget your good nature. It is as valuable an asset as any that you possess on the bench. The only other advice I can impart is advice that you've already heard this evening and that Judge Aid will undoubtedly hear in these first days on the bench. And that is, it is important that as you embark on this new phase of your life, that you are fair. You will develop your own understanding of what it means to be fair. But in my view, it comes down to three things: to be patient with those that appear before you, whether they be lawyer or litigant, to be consistent, and to strive to know more law than anyone in the courtroom, because in serving the law, through a faithful adherence to it and our Constitution, we best serve those who come before the court. Judge Aid, I congratulate you, I congratulate your family, and I congratulate this beautiful community on this accomplishment. I wish you success, and I hope that you will invite me back to celebrate more milestones in your legal career.
Thank you, Judge. All right, this time it gives me great pleasure to introduce the mayor of our city of Jersey City to give a couple remarks and present the proclamation. He's a person who absolutely needs no introduction up here, but Mayor Steve Phillip.
Let me start off by thanking Judge Abad, Judge Carpenter, and all of our esteemed clergy for the tireless work that you do every single day in making sure that this city can move forward. It's something that wouldn't happen without your branch of government, and I just want to say on behalf of all the residents, thank you. I also want to just recognize some of my council colleagues that are here today that have joined for this historic day. I do want to just say also a big welcome to the clergy here from the Muslim community, from the Coptic community who have joined us today. It's a proud day for you all, and it's a proud day for Jersey City overall. So I just want to say thank you for joining us. Finally, to Ramy's parents, congratulations to you as well. I'm sure today is a big honor, and it's a deserved honor. And we couldn't be more proud to have Ramy as a resident of Jersey City, as a judge in Jersey City. We want to say thank you, and a special thank you to his sister who joined us today. She flew in from Egypt with her two daughters, her daughter and her son, so thank you. There's not much I could add in addition to what was said earlier about Ramy, because many of you in this room know him personally. And when we started the conversation just about the swearing in today, initially he wanted to do it at the courthouse, which has been done historically. And I said, Ramy, you know, with the number of people that care about you, the number of people that would probably be here despite being at the tail end of a workday, we wanted to make sure that we had enough seats to accommodate everybody, and that's the reason we chose to move it here. I say that because I think that the love and caring that the community has for Ramy is really because of his demeanor and his character that everybody in this room knows a little about. And I could tell you personally, from the day I met Ramy, as Judge Carpenter said earlier, he is easy to work with. He is smiling all the time. He makes you feel comfortable. He is fair. He is compassionate. He is everything that you'd want to see in somebody in that branch of the government, because at the same time of making you feel comfortable from that front, you know that he'll be strong and he will make the right decisions at the end of the day. And from our standpoint, we couldn't be more proud. I will tell you one final point before we bring him up officially and his family, is that yes, you know, it's important to all of us in Jersey City when we talk about what makes this city special. We talk about our history and we talk about our growth, but really it's the diversity of this city. And if you look at what's happened here at the City Council over the last several years, it really represents the city as a whole. You have the first Guyanese elected and the first Korean American elected, and we have people from the African American community and the Hispanic community. And it's really important that our leadership, our elected leadership, looks like the city. And if you look at what's happening as well in the judicial branch, I would say that that echoes that very, very same sentiment, and it's another important step today with Judge Ramy Aid. That said, you know, despite the fact that we are all proud that he is an Egyptian American and representing that community proudly, I will tell you the most important thing is that he's going to be a great legal asset to the city of Jersey City. And I could tell you comfortably that the part that he's an Egyptian American is just an added bonus. That if he was any other nationality, I think that his character and his demeanor earns the right to sit up there certain. And I think anybody who knows him would attest to that fact. So we are proud today of Jersey City, and we're proud to swear him in, and we wish him the best of luck. And as was said earlier, we all look forward to sharing more accomplishments in the future with you, Ramy. So congratulations. Okay, Ramy, repeat after me. I state your name.
I, Ramy A.
Do solemnly swear that I will support the Constitution of the United States and the Constitution of the State of New Jersey, and that I will bear true faith and allegiance to the same and to the governments established in the United States and in this state under the authority of the people. And I will perform all the duties of Judge of the Jersey City Municipal Court, faithfully, impartially, and justly, to the best of my ability, so help me God. Thank you.
Good afternoon, and thank you all for being here on what is a very humbling occasion. I wish to give a special thanks and acknowledgement to Mayor Stephen Fulop, the members of the Jersey City Municipal Council, our city directors and staff, members of the police and fire departments, all of our elected officials from our state legislature and our county offices, along with members of the state and the city judiciary and the court staff. I also want to thank friends and family who were here this afternoon, and our city's clergy who hail from our venerable churches, mosques, and temples. Judge Mala, who you heard from earlier, recently reminded me of a proverb among the Bedouin. It says that if you want to go fast, go alone. But if you want to go far, go together. I'm here today because of the latter. And so in this regard, I want to use this opportunity to express my gratitude to the many people here today who helped me achieve this goal. First and foremost, I want to extend my love and appreciation to my parents, my sister who traveled all the way from Cairo with 2 small children to share this day with me, and to all my relatives. And all my relatives and extended family members who are here today as well. Your unconditional support through the years, which I know I didn't make easy at times, is the reason why I'm standing here today, so thank you. I want to thank Mayor Fulop and our City Council again, because I want to thank them for seeking out members of our diverse community here in Jersey City to serve in government. And they do it not for the sake of diversity itself, but they do it based on the collective wisdom that diversity brings to government, that drawing on the perspectives of different people and that hail from all areas of whether ethnicity, race, religion, it brings an inherent benefit to the operation of government. So thank you. And I also want to thank all our elected officials that are here today, both at the county and state, for fulfilling that promise as well. So I say thank you for the opportunity to serve, and thank you for your leadership of our community. The motto that graces our city's corporate seal is "Let Jersey Prosper." In this motto, we find the characteristics that make Jersey City unique. The ideals expressed in this simple phrase illustrate the fact that this city has always been, and always will be, a place where our respective religions, races, ethnicities, and national origins are our strength, and will always prosper as a community because of that. I consider myself a beneficiary of this diversity, and I will not forget the kindness and support that I received from the members and leaders of our city's various cultural and faith organizations. Your kindness will serve as a constant reminder to me on the bench that although we are of different backgrounds, we are, as a community and as citizens of this country, fundamentally fair, and that we seek fairness for others. Thank you. In this city of 250,000 people, I've never been lost, and instead I've always felt that I was part of a loving community. To my close friends and my neighbors, many of you who are here today, I say thank you. It's because of you that I have this warm feeling in my heart, and I'm grateful for the support that I've received from every one of you during the decade that I've called this city my home. The experience that I shared with you your homes which you have welcomed me into, and most of all, your friendship will serve as a constant reminder that my path to the bench was forged by you. So once again, I give you all my deepest gratitude for this honorable opportunity and this memorable day. Thank you all, and thanks for coming.